stories. He is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty. He's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty. He's quite the guy.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hey, I apologize. I'm a few minutes late. Yeah, had a doggone phone call come in right before I had to go live. I answered it just long enough to tell them, call me back. I've got something more important to do, and that's hang out with you guys. So they'll call me back in the morning. Yeah. So I've got three folks over in the chat, chatting away. We had, right from the get-go, we had Newfoundlander Ingalls family yelling hello. They 15 minutes before the show. Yeah. Then Dean jumped in. There's Dean the dancing machine. Good to see you, Dean. And then Justin Anderson. There he is. Yeah. Great to see him. Oh, and there's JCT. Oh, it's sweet to see you, girl. Oh, there's Chowser. And hey, look, Kills Bergen Bushcraft. It is so awesome to see you. He's from Sweden. One of my best buddies lives there in Sweden. Joran. Yeah. The Shadow Scout Swede, Oh, and there, oh my gosh, Freeman James, great to see you, brother. It's great to see you. Plain old Chuck. Awesome to see you. Great folks. He didn't jump in, he just waddled in. I know how that is right now, Chuck. Yeah. We did have a long talk over on your stream, didn't we, Killsberger? We got chatting away, and it went. Yeah, that was so enjoyable. There's just those times when you get going with somebody, and oh boy, you can talk forever. It's like you got so much that you want to talk about. Yeah, I love it. That's one thing I have to say. I am always open to sit down in a long conversation. I love conversing with people. So I hope you've all been having a good week. I haven't been on YouTube to speak of since Sunday. I had a pretty unusual week, and I told everybody on Sunday, I'll be here Thursday. I'll be here every Thursday and Sunday unless it's out of my control. Otherwise, I will be here every Thursday and Sunday. It doesn't matter how I feel or how things are going, I will be here. So you can count on Thursdays and Sundays, guys. We'll get together. It helps me get through. Without you guys, I wouldn't get through the doggone week. Oh, hey, Tina Ladybug's in the house. Good to see ya. Thanks for coming on over. Last Sunday, kind of sad Sunday, I was filling in everybody, about my health conditions. And hey, there's Gemma's Journey Grace. Great to see you, girl. There she is. But yeah, I don't have any good news on the topic of my health, but I told the doctor yesterday, sometimes no news is good news. I spent just a little over 4 hours in the hospital yesterday evening. Actually, I got there at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and they let me out of there at 7:30. They pumped me full of fluids. 2 big old IV bags full of fluid. They told me, they said that they should admit me because I was that dehydrated, that they said that they feel that they should keep me on a slow IV drip constantly. They were even talking about the possibility of me bringing an IV pole home with me with the machine pump and the bag and everything. And I said, I don't want to hassle with that. And they said, you may end up having to come in here once a week at least and getting pumped full of fluids until we can get this health issue resolved. The worst news I got was, well, they did find something, but that's not the whole thing. I felt better, Dean, until this morning. I was that dehydrated that even there's 32 ounces of fluid they put into me. At least 32 ounces. Probably more than that. But Hey, Mojo, it's good to see you, buddy. Hey, I did send you a link there, by the way, Mojo. Native Kutsa, oh, big hugs to you too, girl. That's, yeah, there she is. Grilling and chilling with Mojo. I was talking about you to the doctor in the emergency room yesterday at the hospital. I told him, I said, there's this guy on YouTube, grilling and chilling with Mojo. I said, because this doctor, he's kind of pudgy, this boy, And I said, if you like to eat like I do, you need to watch this guy. And he wrote you down. He wrote down, grilling and chilling with Mojo. Check him out. I told him, you need to do that. I said, he's quite the fella. I said, can he cook? Can he cook? And he said, is he like a chef or something? I said, no, he's a cook. He just cooks. I said, and he loves using his black steel grill and I said, it'll kill you watching them. I said, and because of Mojo, I told my doctor, if they resolve my eating problem so I can swallow, I said, I know you won't agree with it, but I'm going to go on a binge and I'm going to rewatch all of Mojo's videos. I'm going to get a grill going in the backyard and I'm going to make some of them meals he made. Oh my God. And my doctor started to laugh and he said, actually, anything we can get you to be able to eat, we're going to want you to eat. It's thanks, Chowser. Don't forget to slam that thumbs up. Ow, yeah, oh, she slammed the thumb in the door. Trouble is, you'll have to take it to a pharmacist to translate it. Chuck. That's what they found. They did a CT scan of me from the bottom of my rib cage down. They wanted to look at all my internal organs. Oh, hey, I'm going to stop that comment. I'm bringing this fellow right up right away. I don't like sitting up here alone if I don't have to. There he is. There's the man. There's my favorite cook, man.
Good evening, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fair. Yeah.
Doing fair. I heard a tidbit about dehydration.
Yeah. Last Sunday I kind of got into detail with it, but right now, until they can, the prognosis right now isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
Even the doctor yesterday in the hospital told me, he says, you are starving to death. He says you got 1 to 2 months left. So unless they can find and fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking now, that was the kind of the bad news yesterday in the hospital. They're talking about doing one of the feeder tube implants in the abdomen. They go through your abdomen right into your stomach with the tube. And then I just pour Ensure down the damn tube. Because if I can get food into my stomach, it'll stay there.
Yeah.
But the minute it comes out of my esophagus into the stomach, then my esophagus fills with fluids, clear fluids. And what they found in the CT scan is I've got a thickening of the esophagus right at the stomach. So it's constricted. So anytime solids go past it, it's triggering these saliva glands. And they said why things are happening the way they are indicates that I've got, and I learned some things I never knew. They're saying I have severe acid reflux and it scarred my esophagus.
Yeah.
I said, I never have heartburn. I never feel acid in my throat or anything. I never feel that, ever. And he said, that's a big misnomer. People figure acid reflux means you're going to have that burning throat. He says, not always. No. He said, there's people that have had severe damage to their esophagus and not even know they have acid reflux. So, of course, they put me on stuff for the acid reflux and to try to control that. But what they're going to do is they're going down the throat. They're going to do some biopsies. First, I got to go in. They're going to do a CT from my chin down.
Yeah.
My regular doctor is livid. She's like, why the heck didn't they do the upper portion of your chest and your esophagus and your lungs? And I said, ask them, don't ask me why they didn't, she's livid. She said, because I believe it's an upper obstruction that's really causing it. And because that's where it feels like it's like just above my collarbones,
Yeah.
is where nothing wants to go past that. And so they're going to scan that early this coming week, either Monday or Tuesday. They're going to give me a call probably tomorrow, they said. I said, okay, that works, give me a call. And they'll do that scan. Then they send all those results to a doctor up in Duluth, Minnesota, which for me is an hour and a half drive to that hospital. And then I'll have to go up there for a consultation. They'll set the appointment, but they are booked solid for 1 month.
No.
And my doctor called him and said, we're concerned here. We've got 4 doctors here in Ashland that don't even know if he'll survive for another 30 days. So
yeah,
that's like today. I've taken in 40 calories, and
that's
that's nothing. That doesn't do anything at all. So, I'll be lucky if I get another 50 to 100. So, but I made a big commitment. Damn fool, aren't I? I told my daughter today. She was whining about my smoking.
As you light up.
So as I light up, I'm a chain smoker. I admit it, but I've been smoking for I'm 65 now, 53 years.
Wow.
And I mean steady. I started smoking when I was 12, and I was up to a pack a day before I turned 13, and I've been there ever since. 53 years. And
so your daughter's going to be taking you. Is that the deal?
I have. I'll go on my own to all the appointments except that procedure when they go down.
Yeah.
Because that one, they're with doing the biopsies, and then they're going to try to dilate my esophagus at the stomach.
Yeah.
So that they can enlarge it, and my daughter will come and take me for that one.
Yeah. Okay.
They said it'll be basically outpatient, but they said there's no way in hell they'll let me out of there if they think I'm going to drive, Hey, NJ Garden Services there, Nick. It's good to see you. I got to shout it. Adventures in the Heartlands here and Mystic Bunny. They're a couple, of course. They're two in the same. I got my refrigerator magnet from you today. The dang blue sky in it, the blue screen's picking that up. So, yeah, but it's just 2 deer sand dunes in Indiana. It's the Indiana Dunes National Park.
That's cool.
Beautiful place. They did some awesome video work there, and I won this magnet from them on their channel. Yeah, I put in for one of their drawings. I want a souvenir from there, man. I don't know if I'll ever get to go there. So, yeah, at least I got something. And I got a special spot on the fridge for it. Yeah. So it's not going to hold up my shopping list because I could just lick it and stick it on the fridge. It'll stay there. It's only got 2 items on it, insurer and tomato soup.
Well, it's overdue for you to get better, man. It's I just, and I hate to say it. I hate to even admit it, but I told both doctors yesterday, I want it to come to a quick and smooth end, or a quick and I don't care what I got to go through, but a quick change and recovery where I can eat. You know,
You're tired.
I'm very tired. Yeah.
You're-
Gemma, don't start this stuff again, girl. Don't do that. I know you're on a fixed income, and I know, you get by, you meet your needs, but girl, you don't need to be doing that. You don't have to do that. I love you too. But yeah, I was telling you, my daughter, this deal I cut with her. I was telling her it does no good for me to quit smoking. I've been smoking for 53 stinking years. I'm 65 years old. I said, if I quit, what good is it going to do, right? And she said, it's still going to be good for you, no matter what. It's going to be good for you. There's E-Way sticker. That's great. I love them. I got them. But I told her, hey, there's your extra Sty North, because I see the one behind you. Yeah. But I told her, I said, they fix this and I can eat, I will quit smoking. But everybody will have to tolerate me eating like I smoke.
Yeah.
Because I will be sitting on my stream eating chips and candy. I'll be eating constantly, but I'm going to quit smoking. We got somebody else in the basement here. He finally got on.
Yeah.
There's running water.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, sir.
Justin, you want a Sty North sticker, buddy? My email address is very easy, and we'll put it as a banner under this screen, under the studio here. It's sty.north@yahoo.com. Make sure to tell me you're Justin, so I know it's you. Ask for a sticker and give me your mail and address, and I'll kick a couple out to you. You betcha, buddy. Anybody that needs stickers. Yeah, I still got quite a few. So, all last summer I was handing them out at the campground I was hosting, and all the campgrounds I had to go and help at. I handed them out like business cards, those stickers. And it worked. It bumped me over 4,000 subs.
That's funny. Oh, wow.
I was at 3,600 the 1st of May last year, and I was over 4,000 when I ended in October. So I gained almost 500 subs just handing those stickers out everywhere I went. Oh, hi, who are you? And blah, blah, blah. I go, here, you'll remember who I am. Take that sticker. And
that's awesome.
And they go, oh, you're on YouTube. Yeah. Come on over. We got great folks there. E-Waste Mike wants a bean sticker, running water.
You want like that?
Oh. That's
precious. Do you have any at the house here?
I've got the character ones.
The caricatures.
Yeah. When I get home, we'll get together a little care package for Mike and get him some stickers, some decals.
This is the caricature one he's talking about.
Oh, that's cool.
That's being his mascot out on the road. Yeah. Mike, we'll get you some stickers out. I love me some Bean.
There he is.
Yeah.
he's got to use his laptop. His phone will not connect with StreamYard for some reason.
Yeah, well, and I'm trying out this new 360 camera.
Yeah,
So
he's got this new camera that he can set it and
go like this and go.
Oh, so he can do a 360 on it.
yeah, look at that's a full pan inside the truck.
Oh, wow.
Here, I keep it on there for a moment. There.
Oh, here. Whoops. This one splits it.
Oh, so you can't. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, and it's all right on the camera, so I don't have to have software doing it. So I could do like, have mode here, and then you got the 360.
Now, do you have the mode where, like, you can just, like, if you're on where you can touch it and move the camera around?
Oh yeah, I can.
Like, okay.
Also, this is a nice one here where I can. Let's see. Yeah, get me in, and then can adjust this one over. Whoop. So we can have bean shot.
That's a pretty cool camera.
So
yeah, that's really cool.
I sent you the link, Gemma.
How are you liking it?
this camera?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first time using it, and
Yeah.
it works good. It's just plug and play, no software or anything.
Yeah.
It's all within the camera itself. The mic was a bit too good. It was picking up all the noise. So
that's it. I've got 4 cameras to use.
I didn't get a chance to hook up this mic.
That's a mic. Check that. I'm going to make them big one more
my
time.
Goodness, look at that thing. It's a monster.
Isn't it? He took that out of the box here at home, and I go, "What the hell is that? Some kind of goddamn filter for your semi truck?" He goes, "No, that's my speaker." I said, "Oh, you got it." Or microphone. I said,
it's a pop filter. It's an enclosed pop filter studio that goes around the microphone.
It's insane. It's insane. Oh, hey, I got to give a big shout out to Justin. Justin, oh, thanks for becoming a member, bud. That's cool. He's a hiker. Yeah. Thank you. I always love my members. I like to show them off during the stream. I'll get you on for Sundays. So you'll be on that video. So
That's awesome.
yeah, if you go to Mike's About page, his email address is on there, so he can be reached that way. Yeah, John, he really likes to collect his stickers too. John and Jan, they love other channel stickers, and they yes, I can. Oh my Lord.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, to get native Kutsa up here on, that'd be so sweet. It'll take me just a moment. There she is. Click, click. That's the one thing with my current illness. I told both my doctors that what I like is the fact my cognizance isn't being affected. I got a nice clear mind.
Hey, Gemma.
Hey!
Dear Gemma.
Hey!
Yeah, that's cool. We'll have Gemma up here. We're going to get Valerie, native Kutsa up here. Valerie's a sweetheart. Yeah. And it's hard to believe.
I'm happy to see you.
Oh, I'm happy to see all of you.
I've been looking forward to this. I told Running Water was all prepped yesterday. I had to call him and tell him, okay, I was at the clinic. I had a doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I got bombarded by a nurse practitioner, the regular nurse. The doctor was on the telephone. She couldn't be there, so she's on the telephone. And they're telling me, you're going straight to the hospital. I said, no, I'm not. I ain't going to no damn hospital. They said, no, you're going. I said, no, I'm not. I spent an hour arguing with them that I wasn't going to that damn hospital. Finally, I caved in and said, okay, I'll go to the hospital, but I got to go home first. And home is between here and the hospital. So it's not a big deal. I got to stop at the house. I got to button everything up and make sure everything's locked up tight. And then I'll head to the hospital. But you know what they did? They got a hold of the sheriff's department. And they asked them if they could come with a squad car and an ambulance to my house at 3 o'clock if the hospital calls them that I didn't show up. Them sons of bitches. Look at here. Hey, there she is.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, look
Hi,
at her.
everybody.
She's
Hi,
out.
Gemma.
Hey.
How are you?
She's out walking. Look at that weather there. Oh my.
It is. It's gorgeous.
Oh, we're supposed to get freezing rain and 2 inches of snow tonight.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was nice today. It got up to 45. So, but we got a cold snap
Precious
coming.
baby.
Oh, there's Rocket.
Bandit.
No, I like to call him Rocket. If you don't watch her channel, you're missing out, man. That dog just takes off. Zoom, zoom, zoom. She takes him outdoors and just lets him run when she's out there. And that one video you did, that had me nervous because I've had my encounters with the cougar.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she had a
Yeah,
mountain
we ran
lion.
into bears too.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, there was a wolf.
Oh boy. Yeah, and Bandit's just curious, but he come flying out of that ravine, comes running to her like, yeah, there's something down there I don't like. And I thought, that's what those damn dogs will do, is they'll bring that critter right back to you.
Yeah.
No, don't come running back to me. You went looking, you go do your thing. Don't bring it back here. I had my Chihuahua actually piss a deer off to the point that it chased the Chihuahua, and the Chihuahua jumps in my lap.
Wow.
And the deer came after me instead of the dog. Yeah.
That's beautiful country right there.
Isn't it? Oh, it's just, yeah. She's in Oregon.
Oh, okay. I'm subscribed to her, so I've seen her before, and I think I've even spoken to her once. In Eastern Oregon, I want to say, or is that Southern? Where are you
Eastern. It's in Eastern.
at? Yeah.
Eastern, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's one thing. They fixed my problem. It won't happen this summer, but boy, the summer after, I'll work it out with Running Water. I'll be away from home for a month. I'm going to hook up the adventure trailer, and I'm heading out west, meet some folks out there. I've got a YouTube buddy in West Yellowstone that wants to take me on a paddling trip down the Yellowstone River, and he's a mountain climber, and he's my age. A crazy yahoo. A year ago, he committed himself to a 20 peak challenge. He hiked to the top of 20 different mountains that summer.
Wow.
In his 60s, and he's a great fella too. But I want to get back out that neck of the woods. Northwestern Montana used to be our stomping grounds, and
and I haven't been out there for so long.
Here we go.
So are you over like by Bend, or are you farther east?
I'm kind of by Pendleton,
Oh, okay.
up on the
So
mountain.
have you lived out that way a long time?
Since '92.
Okay, so you remember when Krusty's used to be out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been to that plant. I think I've been to that plant, but that's one of my accounts I've been servicing for 23 years
Hey.
over here in Seattle. And Pendleton was one of theirs for a long time before they sold it out.
Yep. Well, I live on the mountain between Pendleton and LeGrand.
So that you guys, there's this bug there, this little tiny, like almost little fly thing. I think they're green, and they're not native here. And I can't remember how they came here, but they're down there where you are, I do believe. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're like little tiny little things, and there was a whole bunch of them. And I was told that they came from somebody. Somebody brought them in, and
they got loose.
But I like Eastern Oregon. I love it out there. It's beautiful.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful country.
I'll be back in a minute. Here, if I can get this to stand up. Doesn't want to stand up.
Yeah, Justin, it would be. Oh yeah, I get myself back in that mountain country. You bet I'm going to get a line wet. Oh man, I could. Oh, if I make my trip at the right time of the year, I could have me some huckleberry pancakes with freshly fried up brook trout. Oh, it would. Oh, to die for. Oh. I don't know, running water. You remember the way we used to have breakfast with brook trout and huckleberry pancakes?
Oh, yeah. Yep, when eyes turn white, you know they're ready.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And boy, we had a couple of camping spots up on the mountain that were so perfect. I'd walk down to the creek's edge and follow the creek for 15, 20 minutes and bring back enough brook trout to feed the whole family of 6. All I do is take the monofilament off my hat with tie a fly to it, cut me a nice whip stick, and catch all the brook trout I wanted. Yeah, somebody told me, you got to be careful up there. Something happens, you could starve to death up there. I said, yo, you got to be a moron to starve to death up on that mountain. Hey, Metal Music Maniac. Good to see you.
Well, I bought myself a Stream Deck. Do you know what that is, Sty? That's your little button thing that I think you have one.
Uh-huh. Oh, I don't think I can get it in the camera.
The
cable's too short. I've got a. Did you get a 15 or a?
Yeah, 15.
I got a 32.
Yeah, and see, after getting the 15, I go, man, it would be nice to have a 32 because this is pretty cool.
Running Water already had a 15.
Yeah.
And I told him I was going to bite the bullet and buy myself a 15. He goes, "Oh, don't order it." I said, "Why?" I said, "I want it." He goes, "Well, I have that 15 in my office." And I said, I'm already using too much of your equipment. He goes, "Well, no, you don't need to use that 15 because there's a 32 going to be there at the house in 2 days." So he bought me the 32 key.
That's so cool.
I love it, man. It's single button to change.
Mm-hmm.
panel layouts and
like that.
yeah. Oh,
You know where that's at?
oh yeah. You're in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's right directly behind the Hollywood sign. And I took my boys up there, and we got kicked out by the LAPD helicopters.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
They chased you right out of there, eh?
Oh yes, they weren't fooling around either.
Oh, they don't like you near the sign up there.
No.
No. Well, there's been so much vandalism and stuff that yeah, they want you to stay the hell away from it. That's the yeah.
What the heck is that? Hold on.
So you're not working today, girl?
I have to work tonight.
Oh, look at that.
What the heck is that? Can you even see that? I don't know.
Oh, it's like it's almost like that's not a bobcat, is it?
No, I just know what the hell that is.
No,
Could be.
as odd as it's shaped,
I don't think it's a bobcat. It's not.
I'd say it's a timber wolf, but it's got that unique center toe on it, which
That's
is
weird.
uncommon. That would be uncommon. That wouldn't be. Huh?
It's an alien.
Yeah.
See if there's any more.
Yeah, I'm
I
picturing
wouldn't
some
doubt
kind
it.
of
Believe me.
three-toed.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at how beautiful that property is up there, you guys. It is so beautiful.
Yeah. Is that patches of snow there?
Yep.
Yep. She's just high enough in the backcountry there that they still got patches of snow.
We still got a ton of snow at my house.
Oh, you
About
do?
About 3 feet, probably.
Uh-huh.
And that's only like 5 miles down the road.
Yeah.
Come up here.
Your house on the northern exposure slope?
It faces south.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I'm at that stage of the game now. I get country like that. I got a lightweight camp chair that I'll fold up, strap to my pack, and I'll pop that chair out and I'll just sit. And I'll sit there for 2 hours just looking out over the scenery. And people come hiking by and they'll go, "Look at that crazy old bastard." And I just wave at them, "Hey, ain't that cool?" Yeah. Hey. Yeah, you should pull up a chair and sit and look at it for a while, It's called taking in the outdoors.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
You betcha. It's good for the mind, body, and soul. It's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Just like all food is better tasting when it's cooked outdoors.
It is.
I don't care what it is. If it's awesome indoors, prepare it and eat it outdoors once, and you'll go, "That is beyond awesome." Yeah. Yeah. There's something about the fresh air and eating that your taste buds, it fires them up. And the flavors just pop. That's like I was telling who the heck was I talking to today? I told him, I said, it's been about 4 months since I've eaten any normal food, actual solid foods. And it's stressing me out now. I walked into Super One shopping, the grocery store, Super One grocery store. the other day. Well, of course, right by their front doors where they got the big old deli, and you see all the cases of all the meats and everything and all their prepared foods. And they make rotisserie chickens. And I get to the end of that counter and here's like 20 of these damn chickens on spits going around. I was ready to climb right over that counter and just grab one and start licking it. I know I can't eat it. I can't chew it and eat it. But I was going to lick one. I'll lick your chicken, but yeah, chicken licking good, But it's that stage of the game where, oh my God, if I smell it, it's that good. Just the taste, just to lick it. Bandit just running.
He's running because I was chasing him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I was not in a good mood when I got home.
No.
Kind of a rough night, and I came out here. And I felt so good by the time I got home, man. So good.
Yeah. That's the thing.
In a stream. And I hashtagged you in that stream.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I saw that you did it. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but I got the notification. Yeah. I haven't been online much. I try, but the other day sitting here on our couch has 2 recliners built into it.
Yeah.
And I kicked back in that recliner and I had the TV going. And I looked at the clock at 11:45 and boom, I fell asleep. That's 11:45 in the morning. I woke up and I go, oh my gosh, that was a power nap. Oh, I could feel that. I looked at the clock and I go, wait a minute. It's only 10 to 12. It had to be more than 5 minutes. Then I looked at the windows and I go, oh shit. I got off the couch, looked out the window. Pitch black.
Oh man.
I slept for 11 3/4 hours.
Wow.
Didn't hear or feel a thing. Just slept. Half a day gone, just away. Couldn't believe it. Well, and then you're awake all damn night, and there aren't too many people streaming,
Yeah.
This is my tree that looks like a praying mantis.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Check it out.
That's cool.
Yeah. Mother Nature's one of the best artists out there.
Yep.
That's,
Oh, yes.
That is cool. That is so cool. Yeah. I found a little grove of trees
Oh, here he goes.
that had, there was like 6 trees and they all had 90-degree branches on them, where the branch would come out from the trunk and make a perfectly square 90-degree turn straight up. They just went flat out, straight up. And there's like a clump of a half a dozen trees. And how all of them ended up that way, yeah, it's got me. I don't know. I was looking to see, what could have happened to get them to grow that way, but couldn't tell. Yep.
You smell that?
Oh,
Smells so good.
Oh, the smell of the pines. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to drive around town today for about an hour, and I really, boy, I had the spring bug today. I could have kept driving. I mean, nice and sunny out and fairly
I like to do
warm.
that out. I like to do that out in the mountains. Just drive.
Just
Keep driving.
drive.
Yeah.
Hey, not suitable for children. It's great to see ya. That's a bad habit of mine. There's a lot of people that don't want to go riding with me. Just let's go for a
Damn,
ride.
I'd go riding with you. I'd go riding with you just to ride with you.
That because I
Brandy and
think
I used to do that all the time. Hours upon hours upon hours riding out in the mountains.
I think I've driven every single road now, every mile of road in the 1 million acres of national forest here at Chequamegon National Forest. I explored that forest every inch, and I mean, they're not even, some of them you can't even call roads. I mean, I'll get back in there and I'll run into some guys on an ATV or something, and they'll like, "What the hell are you doing in here with a truck?" Same thing you're doing, except I'm more comfortable. You know, I'm riding in the King Ranch. You know, I got patent leather seats, air conditioning. You kiss my ass. I ain't coming out here on some ATV getting all covered in mud. Yeah. Hey, I'm doing fair enough. I'm doing well enough that I'm here. That's what counts. That's what counts. As long as I'm doing well enough, I can be here. Then it's a good day. It's a good day. Yeah. I had the doctor on the phone today. She's going, "Well, you have any complaints about anything?" I said, "Yeah." People asking me if I got any complaints about anything. And she goes, "Don't you ever let any of this shit get you down?" I said, "Yeah." I said,
no. Here, but this is important. You gotta say hi to this person.
Oh.
Don't ask me
There
that damn
she
question.
is. Hi there, sweetie.
Hi, Sty. How are you?
I'm fairly well. Fairly well.
Good. Nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
You ready to eat? You eat up here?
No. Yeah, I'll go down there.
Okay. Well, then I'll get my water back.
She's a good woman right there, Sty.
I tell you what, you are so. Yeah. You're one of. I've got a few of you guys on my channel that you got the right partners, and I'm very happy for you. You know.
So it's Friday night and Saturday night. We rented this tiny little cabin thing. It's nothing fancy, and it's only an hour and a half away from here. An hour away. It's up there by Mount Rainier.
Oh yeah.
One of the entrances, and we're just going to get away for the weekend.
Right.
So there's no Wi-Fi, so there's no YouTube, there's no any of that. So that's okay.
Yeah. There's a resort that if they fix my issue, and it looks like it can physically do it, I'm going to take a week and go up. It's up in Ely, Minnesota. It's considered a gateway to Boundary Waters canoe area.
Mm-hmm.
That people stay there and that's where their starting point is, and off they go into Boundary Waters. You just go across the lake that they're on. you're in Boundary Waters. And it's a semi-primitive
Come on, Bennett.
resort that all the cabins are made out of stone and log, and you got electricity, and you got a small stove, gas stove, and a refrigerator, and a couple of lights in each cabin. Otherwise, yeah, you got running water. You got a big porcelain pan that sits under a faucet in the wall, and it's the coldest artesian well water you ever. Oh, but it's good to drink. Oh, wow. And it's a beautiful. Every cottage is right on the water's edge, and it's a huge lake. It's over 20 miles long, the lake, and I just love it up there. And that's the same deal. You got no cell service. You got nothing. And the manager of the resort, she has internet service at her house there on the resort, and big signs, that in an emergency, go straight to the office because they can get a hold of people from there. They got landline and they got internet, but otherwise, nowhere in camp you're not getting a single bar on the phone. Yeah, no. Welcome to Boundary Waters.
There's a little resort that I stay at that's like that too.
I love those.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the cabin that Bennett and I stay at doesn't have any electricity in it. It's complete and utter silence at night.
Wow.
That is so awesome.
You can hear a pin drop. I love it.
When I grew up in the Sierras as a kid, we didn't have a whole lot up there. As a kid, we didn't have all these games and all these other things that these kids play. And when you went to do something, it was outside walking like she's doing right now, and hiking in the mountains. And it's not like that right now where I'm at.
Right. Oh, that's the thing is running water can tell you. The 4 years in Montana, all four of my children, they learned they need to be their own entertainment because, if you want to watch television, I tried plugging it into a current bush, but it still wouldn't work. And they haven't made TVs that run on propane yet, so you're out of luck. And
yeah. All right. So I need to go down there with my wife. So
you betcha. You betcha.
I truly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you the best on your stuff coming up.
Oh, thank you.
And you're in my thoughts and prayers constantly. So just want you to know that you're an amazing individual. So, and yes, you are. You are amazing. So, and Running Water, you take care. Sure. Native, good to see you. And
you too.
Everybody in the chat, you guys have a fabulous weekend coming up. I'm going to be off Wi-Fi, so it's going to be.
Love you, Mojo.
Yeah, so there's no cooking on Saturday, right?
You hear that?
Uh-huh. Ring the bell. So you're not cooking on Saturday.
Is that the dinner bell?
I'm not, but I might. I don't know. I might take a break. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. If something happens there, it does. If whatever, we'll see.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes open in case you do, because I that's a misery I'm willing to put up with.
Yeah.
Is to watch you cook.
All right. So you have a good night, sir.
You too.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Take care, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Hey, me Dibble.
Hey, me Dibble.
And my grandkids used to love coming out here with me or out anywhere with me.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
No.
Sure, they're all teenagers.
Oh, no.
My one grandson's going to prom next month.
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
When they grow up, right?
Now they're all into gaming and all that stuff.
Yep.
And one is into girls.
I was wondering too about that.
Oh, he is a ladies' man.
You get one of those, and guess what? The girlfriend's got to come with now, wherever we go. I can't bash these kids for gaming. I mean, shut up, running water.
We know you game. Yeah, we know. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's his fault.
I'm
too.
innocent.
It's his fault. In our living room, he's got a 55-inch TV, right? I've got a 65-inch. I'm playing Minecraft online, and I'm dying all the time because monsters are killing me because I'm watching what he's playing. And I go, which version of that game is that? And he told me, and I looked it up, and I go, I don't know. I got a little bit of discretionary budget, maybe. And I looked it up. He goes, I think it's still on sale for $20. Sure enough. Damn it. And I've been glued to that damn thing.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
I've been playing that Fallout 4 now, just like, oh, God. I just don't have any. I went to Walmart today to get some liquid diet, and I barely got back to the truck, and I wasn't there for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was, for the very first time, I was thinking of grabbing one of their electric carts and taking off. I refuse to use those carts. Just give me a regular cart, something to hang on to. I don't want to be driving around. That's the hardest part for me is I couldn't hike or anything right now. If I can drive into a spot, I can walk maybe 150 feet in, and that's it, So I need all this snow to go away so I can get on these backcountry roads, go to some of these remote lakes and park and just sit at the lake. And me, Dibble can't finish Fallout 4 because he agrees with the bad guys.
I can't wait until I go camping again. I'm gonna be doing a lot of videos and going for walks, and like I said to you before, I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for you, Sty. So I'm gonna be doing a lot more footage of the campground and stuff this year when I go.
I'm just so proud of you, just biting the bullet and doing it, going out and doing it. That was so good to see.
Yeah.
Over there. You want to go home with somebody else? Bandit, get over here. He's going to go home with you. Bandit's being weird.
I was
home with some people.
I was contemplating getting a mascot, but now that, with this condition, I'm glad I don't, because I wouldn't be able to get them out as much as I want. And Running Water told me, go ahead, get yourself a dog. He said, Bean, he runs the show no matter what dog it is. So, and that's what I was worried about, is I didn't want to get a dog that didn't like Bean, and Running Water says, Bean don't care.
Hey, Candy.
Yeah. Hey, Candy, good to see you. The curbside pickup. Yeah.
Hey, Bacon.
Good to see you, Bacon Stuffed on it. Howdy.
I'll make sure the radio don't blare on you. Have my CD in really loud. Well, Sty, I need to tell you, you've been a great influence on me.
Oh,
You got to get better so I can come camp with you.
Oh, last summer I had my hopes up until those plans couldn't materialize.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got some beautiful sites I'd love to take you to.
You get better, I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll do it. You know, that's in my bucket list, girl.
And I love Wisconsin.
Yeah, yeah,
I
you'll
miss
love
all
it.
those lakes, man.
You'd love it a little more. Some of those high granite rock cliff areas that I've discovered. That, yeah, John and Jan got to get them out to a couple of them, and they loved it. Yeah, yeah. Wisconsin's got a little. I for years I called it miniature Montana. They can stuff,
bacon,
they can
that's
stuff
really
on
nice.
it. See, yeah, he knows how to put frosting on the cake right there. That's I love it. Yeah, that's great.
Well, I'm going to take Bandit home. And I'm going to go shower.
You drive
I have to work
safe,
tonight,
girl.
so I'm going to try to get a little nap. Well, I'll be in your chat.
All your traveling to work and back. You drive safe, girl.
I will. Thank you. Love you, Sty.
Drive safe.
Love you too.
See you running water. Gemma, love you.
Love you. Take care. Drive safe.
If there's anybody out there, I doubt there is, but if there's anybody out there that's not following Native Kutsa, look her up on YouTube. Follow her channel, would you? Yeah, she's a wonderful person.
Yeah, she is. Absolutely. That's a really nice comment that you said to me, Bacon. I appreciate that. That's really, really nice of you to say. I don't often get called anything like that, so that's really nice.
Yeah. That's what I love about my audience, all my YouTube family. Everybody's so complimentary to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what makes the connection special.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. It really does. Yeah, you get that feeling of belonging, you know, when you got a group like this. You feel like you belong here. You belong with this group. Yeah.
I think everyone has a reason for being here, and I think people, once you get that connection with people, and especially with me, it was pretty much instant with me and your friendship. It was like
that didn't take long, did it?
No, I didn't have to worry about putting the barriers up. But I guess because in my past I was very hurt easily, and I had a lot of people be horrible to me. It was kind of with you, I didn't have to think, I've got to put up this barrier because am I going to get hurt? It wasn't. I didn't even think about that. Whereas before, I was very defensive. It's like, boom, I think I heard something that someone would say to me. I think, oh, that person's going to hurt me. That's it. That was done. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to risk it. Whereas with you, I didn't have to worry about it.
And that's, I think that's why you and I clicked so quickly and so well, is because if I said something that hurt you in any way, you already know. I want to know that I did, so that I can correct myself, you know, because I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, you know. I might say something stupid sometimes, you know, but I want a person to just be who they are, you know, and I don't want them to feel they have to change or put a wall up or anything. They can just be who they are. That's who I want to get to know. And you did that for me right away. You let me know your strengths, your weaknesses, everything, and we just
pretty much
we just clicked right away because we were just being real with each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best way to be. Like, people said to me in the past, "Oh, you shouldn't be so open." I'm like, well, if you're not open and honest with people, then I can perceive you as being shady or shifty, or the amount of times I've been called a liar or that I'm not being truthful. I'm like, I pour out my heart on my channel. What you see is what you get. I'm the same person online as I am offline. And people are like, you can't be. I'm like, yeah, I am, because it's my everyday life. You see me in my good times. You see me in my absolute worst hell times. I don't hide anything. I show you everything that my autism does. I show you the meltdowns I've had. I've had panic attacks on my streams. I've filmed myself in the most uncomfortable situations because I want to show that side. I don't want people thinking, oh, well, she's only doing the positive stuff. No. I show all of it. I want to, because I want people to go, oh, so this is Gemma on a bad day. Oh, this is Gemma on a good day. So I show both sides.
Native Kutsa, you could come up on my panel anytime you want. You just let me know, girl. I'll pop you right up here. You betcha. Yeah. But yeah, you're so right, Gemma. You're so right about that.
It's taking
just
years
being
of
who you
practice,
are, and that's why with my Sty stories, I've had a few people say, "Oh, I can't believe you did that," or, I didn't think you were that kind of a person. Well, I was. I think Running Water can vouch for me. What you see here on YouTube, that's me. That's me today. I mean, that's who. If we met each other in person, I wouldn't be any different than I am here on the channel. I'm the same person, because I don't care if somebody catches me being stupid. I don't,
yeah.
That's like a couple of Christmases ago when I went to somebody else's channel and we were drinking, and I got all carried away, and they couldn't shut me up, and so I was apologizing for a month after that, because I was just, I was so full of liquid BS that, she said, Chris, lies, all lies, he says.
Yeah, me Dibble, flushing toilet is my middle name.
Yeah. Yeah. All depends on what we need them for,
Me Dibble, you raised a good point there. You said that about finding a good channel where you can talk. It's hard. It can be, but again, it depends if you have a bond with the host of the channel. Like with me and Sty, I just had that bond with them. So it depends if you build up that bond, that friendship with that person, and then once you're able to get that bond, then you successfully trust each other, and then you open up to that person. But you have to develop that. It takes time. It takes the relationship to build up, and questions, and it's okay to ask questions. It's how everyone learns. It just depends the way that you bond with people.
Yeah. Oh, bacon stuffed donut, that's sad. And then abduction. Naomi.
Oh, that's sad, Bacon. I'm sorry. That's really sad.
18 years old. Yeah.
I hope she's found soon. I hope
Yes.
they can the
And
police
found
can find
safe.
her.
Found safe, unharmed.
I hope so. I hope we had a similar case like that. We had a autistic lad go missing not that long ago, and it took the police like nearly 3 weeks to find him. And then they found him I think it's like 3 or 4 hours away. He managed to somehow hop on a train and completely disappear until his cell phone was turned on, and boom, Signal found him, and police brought him back within 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
So it's very lucky he turned his phone on, and then all of a sudden, oh, you've been missing for 3 weeks. Where have you been? And it's like, he had no idea. He was like, and then when these parents collected him, they're like, oh, how'd you manage to get on a train, considering this person was meant to not be traveling on his own, and then somehow he managed to disappear from everybody. So it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
But it happens from time to time. Yeah, Star's very interesting.
I don't know how you guys see that in me. I don't.
It's because it's life experiences and the way that, for me, it's the way that you tell your stories. Like, you're so animated and you take us on, like, not just a story, but it's like a trail. It's like we're there with you and you explain things so well and so in depth. And it's like, I can imagine myself being right there with you in that campground, in that place where you are. And it's like, oh, I can see that river. Or, oh, I can see him sitting on a camp chair and I can see the fire. I can see the food. I can imagine what you're doing. And you give such a visual picture. I'm like, oh, I'm able to put it in my head. I'm like, yeah.
That's
it's
always
very clever.
That's always my hope when I tell a story, is that I can, without beating it to death with detail, give enough colorful detail that a person starts to imagine that scene. You know, they can place themselves there and say, oh, I can see that, you know, and it's, I don't know. To me, it just comes natural to talk about events in a way that people can relate to them, if possible.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's something that's been pointed out to me, and and I told
you
them
have a
that,
good one, Chuck. We'll see you,
know,
buddy.
that I got the habit and mentality from Sty, is on how you listen to people.
Yeah.
Most people listen in a way to make a response to what
That's
they're
it.
hearing, instead
Right.
of listening to understand what the person is saying.
Right. That's it.
And
And that's almost the norm for anybody. And I catch myself doing it at times where I'm hearing the person, but I'm not listening. I'm not paying attention to the detail, or, I'm just not truly listening. I'm just hearing it. And then the person will ask me a question about what they just said, and I go, I must not have listened to that part, Yeah. Yeah, Chuck, you take good care of yourself too there, buddy.
Ron Water does a good point, raises a good point, because I know me and you, so I've had this conversation before. When you're listening to people, there's two different ways of listening. You've got what I call active listening, where I'm actively listening to the voice and I'm trying to listen to the conversation, and also you've got what I call turn taking. So then it's like, oh, so where do I know where to give my comment and my side of stuff, whether it's on stream or in private, and it's that confusing situation, because
Sure.
the problem with me is I struggle with knowing where to interject myself in a conversation. So when I think, oh, I've got an opinion about that, oh, I want to have my say about it, and I'm like, hold on, Gemma, is it suitable?
Right.
If it's not, then I should not do it or not say it. And then two, it's the way that I project myself to say things. I'm like, oh, did I do that too quick? Was I a bit blunt? Was I a bit rude? And I'm like, I have to think about all the different ways that my brain shoots all the information out. So I'm like,
yeah.
I have to think about the attitude. I have to think about the way that I go to respond to you. So I'm like, oh, what about if I say something that's slightly out of tone or the wrong context? And I have to think, why did I do that?
And that's most common, especially when you have a group of people. You got more than two people. If it's just two people talking to each other, it's not so difficult. But you put a third person in it, or 30 people into it, and then it's like you just never know when your cue is there to say something. And then you're asking yourself, did I speak out of turn? Should I have waited? And, having a conversation with someone is difficult, because if we listen more, then we can respond better. So, I find myself, if I'm not listening to a person well, I may respond with something that's out of context, that's not even accurate, because I wasn't listening well enough to start with. They already gave me the answer once, you know. And I am bringing it up like I never heard it, you know, but they just said the same thing, you know. But that's it, is, you know, having a level of tolerance for each other, that to allow each other to, you know, we got to step on each other's toes sometimes and don't realize it, you know. We don't realize maybe we are talking out of turn, you know, but yeah.
That's why I avoid any streams that have huge panels, you know, where, you know, they got 10 people, or they're using Zoom or OBS and they got 24
20 or
people up
30,
there.
yeah.
And it's like standing in the middle of a chicken coop. You
That's
know?
it. All you hear is that white noise.
Yeah.
It's because you can't pick up on it, what any one person's talking about.
If I have panels, it's usually I have about a maximum of about 3 or 4 people on. I will not do big panels because, one, I don't cope, and that's been proven a lot of times. And 2, I'd rather keep it small because at least then I can focus on my guests and
Right.
the conversation. I'd rather not overload myself and my guests. I'm like, there's too many people, and then it ruins it for everyone else.
Right, right. See, I'm the same way. I'll push it up to 6 people up on the panel, and I've had a couple of people, they come in late in the stream and, hey, Sty, can I come up on the panel? And I'll say, maybe when somebody drops off, you know,
Yeah.
Because I can't have 8 or 10 people up here. It's just not. It's. I don't know how anybody can enjoy watching 8 people talk at the same time, you know.
Nope.
See me, Dibble? You and I think a lot alike that way. That's why I like to hear other people's stories, because I love learning something new and hearing a person's personal stories about their life. They might have done the same things, been through the same things you've been through, but their version of it is going to be different. And it's so interesting to me to hear the other side of the coin, hear somebody else's say on a certain thing, you know. What I don't like are people that pound facts at me. You know, the fact is. Keep your we're having a conversation. And there's a lot of flexibility in conversation. If we're just going to talk facts, I want to know that ahead of time so I can gather my facts, you know. But if we're just having a conversation, I'm going to tell you what I think or see or saw, or, you know, and it may be right, it may be wrong. I don't care. And you shouldn't care either, because we're just having a conversation. Yeah, we're not trying to prove anything.
No, that's why if I do panels up, my discussion is very open. I don't necessarily give facts to people. Yes, I might quote some facts at the end of my stream, or say, hey, if you want to know more about what we're talking about once I'm finished, then here is some links for you to go and read yourself. So then it gives you the choice to go and research it rather than me going all these different facts. I'm like, well, go and check them out yourself. Here's the websites I've got.
See, and that's it, is you know where to send them to get that information. And they can go do that without a conversation going on. They can just concentrate on it. And that's a great skill to do that. You know, it really is.
Well, and I always look at it, you know, like from a writer's point of view. One of the worst things in literature is the info dump, you know, of just throwing a whole bunch of info and backstory and history of every tree branch, everything in one chunk. It's like, no, you got to spread it out, work it into the conversation and the story.
Right.
You know,
if it doesn't have flow to it, it's just a dump of information. People, they shut it out. They don't want to. They don't want to go there. Killsbergen saying most of the time was saying most of the time when there's a huge panel, nothing really gets said. That I totally agree. What you have there is you have a lot of noise. Everybody's saying something, but nothing is truly being said because nobody can understand or listen to it. You can't sort it out. And that is so that's one time when so many people can have so much to say, but nothing actually gets said because nobody understood what the heck you were talking about because you had 7 other people talking over the top of what you were saying. So that's so true. Justin says 10-person panels usually give me a headache. I can't. They get to 10 people. If you ever watch me at other people's channels that have a lot of panelists, I was on with Sam the other evening, and I wasn't feeling good at the time. But I was there because that helped me feel better. Well,
yeah.
There was a few folks that just kept talking over the top of each other all the time. I got just dead quiet. I stayed on the panel, but I didn't have anything. You want to see Sty go quiet, you get a half a dozen people talking at the same time, and I just shut up because I'm not going to add to the problem, you know?
Yeah, Justin, if you see me on panels where there's like 8 or 10 people, like Sty knows there's not a chance that I'll either stay on it, or for me, I'll stay like maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I get so overloaded with all the information, people's voices like this coming like this at me, and I sit there and I mute myself, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, where's Gemma gone? And I'm like, I get so boggled with all the information, my brain's just like, had enough, and all of a sudden she's like, bang. I'm like, nope, I need to go now, right now. Otherwise, I'm just going to go explode inappropriately, and I'd rather not.
Right.
So I usually disappear and do something else.
Yeah, Justin, you just proved you were watching that stream. Those 2 gals wouldn't stop. Yeah, I mean, somebody would try to say something, and one of those gals would be right on top of them, and you lost whatever that person was trying to say because those 2, it was like it was just them in the room, and you know, it didn't really much matter what anybody else had to say, and those 2 just back and forth with each other right over all the other people trying to talk, and that's why I got real quiet during that stream. Spoke up a couple of times, but not many.
That's why I usually I do small panels, and like when I have Sty on, or people that I have my common people that my family I consider family on YouTube, I will keep it small, and I'll make sure that each person while they're speaking, if the other people aren't speaking, I ask people to mute. I'm like, because I want it to be respectful. I'm like, let that person talk. Like, I want to hear what they want to say, their story, and then once each person's finished speaking, then I let them on mute. But when that person speaks, I'm like, okay, can anyone else mute? And I can hear that one person. So otherwise, I get all the voices. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So it's an easy way of doing it.
Yeah. And that's it. Is a person. It's easier as a host or hostess to manage when you only have 2 or 3 people, and where if you start getting 5, 6, 7, 8 people on there, it's hard to manage those people, and you almost have to be ready to mute mics, you know, because it gets, like you said, it gets to the point where you want to hear what someone's trying to say, but they're not able to say it because 2 other people won't shut up, you know. And it's like, oh, come on, let's hear what this person is trying to say, you know.
Yeah. So I'm thinking next weekend I'm meant to be not this weekend, but the following weekend I'm going to a local Elvis tribute. He's doing a hotel tour thing. So I'm going to one of the gigs that he's going to. So what I'm going to do for a special present for you, Sty, is I'm going to go live on my cell phone, and I'll live stream it so that you can see a local Elvis tribute.
Neat.
So you can see where I dress up in all my costume. I do my jewelry, and I decorate myself with all like little bits of Elvis stuff. And I actually have a big Elvis box in my bedroom. It's about this big storage box that has all Elvis clothes in, and hats and flags and other stuff. So
fun.
So I'll do that for you next weekend so you can see where I'm at in the hotel and stuff.
That's neat.
So you'll get to see that.
I love the fact that you don't allow yourself to become a recluse. You know, you're willing to take the risk and go out there, experience things.
I have to.
There's so many people that they let the anxiety stop them all the time. And
my anxiety used to, like, up until probably about 3-4 years ago, I wouldn't go out unless it was pre-planned. I wouldn't go out unless I had a friend or a family member go with me. And then it got to a point where people, especially like professionals, were starting to take an interest in me with regards to doing training. Like, Gemma, you've got to be willing to travel. You know, you can't just do it at home on the computer. You need to prove to people that it doesn't define you. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And people like, you need to come outside. You need to show people that you're not afraid. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And it kind of got to a point where I was like, oh, I've got to go on the bus. I've got to go on the train. And at first it panicked me. I remember the first vlog I done on a local bus, and I was so nervous. I remember having my phone on a selfie stick, and I was like holding it out here, and I'm like talking, showing the bus and the road and everything else. And I was so shaky. I got back to edit the vlog, and I remember sitting here crying. I'm like, why did I just do that? And I was so nervous. I was like, uh-oh.
And it's hard. I could just imagine, and that's all I can do is imagine it. But it's hard after the fact to say, what? Why in the world would I have even put myself through that? Yeah. And then on the other hand, it's hard to say to yourself, damn, I'm proud of myself, man. Look at what I just went through, and I made it. I made it back home safely. I'm safe.
Heck yeah.
And so I can do that. I can go out and do that because I proved it to myself the first time. And that's it, is you inspire others with that same concern.
Yeah, it's me. It's about not
take small risks and succeed at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about that my autism define me, because the thing is, a lot of people, when they hear the word autism or they hear the word Aspie or the word high function, they think, oh, well, now your life's going to be this struggle and it's going to be bad and you're not going to be social. You don't. It's like no.
They don't realize. People don't realize either. That's life for you. That's your life.
Yep.
And I met this homeless fella that he's got a wonderful college degree. I mean, this guy could be working, making lots of money.
Yeah.
He just can't handle society anymore. So he decided he'd prefer to be homeless. And now he likes being homeless so well. I tell him, well, why don't you just find yourself a simple job of some kind and rent an apartment or something instead of living under a bridge? No. He says, I said, you'd be a lot happier. He goes, well, how the hell would you know that? You're not me. He said, I'm happy with who I am and what I am. the way I feel. He said, everybody keeps telling me I would be happier. Well, I would be happier if I was more like you. I'd rather be me and happy than you and pretend that I'm happy, and that's it. That's why I me devil. That's anxiety.
I understand anxiety, me devil. I've been diagnosed clinically with anxiety for the last 5.5 years. So
yeah,
I deal with it on a day-to-day basis. So I learned to control it a lot more than I used to, because now I know the triggers that stop me, and I get to the point where I'm anxious over something I've read or something that I've heard when I've been outside. I'm like, okay, that sucked. That was noise. That was a police siren. That was an ambulance siren. And I have to, okay, that was temporary, Gemma. Yes, you might hear it 2, 3, 4 hours later because it vibrates in my head. But does that 4 hours have to ruin the rest of my day? No, it doesn't. It's just that little bit of time sucked.
Right.
And now the rest of my day can be a better day because that 4 hours sucked. And then now I've got videos to do. I've got poems to write. I've got family to go and see. So it's my mind, how I react. I'm like, okay, that might suck for 3-4 hours, but does 24 hours have to suck? No, it doesn't. It's
right. You don't have to allow it to eat up your whole day.
Yeah.
You accept the fact that I had 4 hours of misery today, but that 4 hours is gone now, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day.
Yeah.
And it is so natural for us to look back on what wasn't going well, and it stays with you. But to look back on it and say, that was a bad period. But it's over. It's over. So I can move on, and I can have a better day. The rest of my day can be better than those 4 hours. That when a person gets that mindset, that really helps. Justin's saying, anxiety sucks. I get days I want to go live in the woods in the middle of nowhere. See, that's me. If I'm feeling a lot of anxiety, I'm really down, or if I'm feeling like maybe I've got depression coming on, I get out in the woods, man. I go out. I go near water somewhere, a river, a lake, and away from people, and I just let myself relax. And then I think like what Gemma was talking about is, boy, that was a bad start of the last several hours. Now I'm feeling better. I can sit here and relax, and I don't have to think about how miserable I was just a little while ago.
No. So even to cheer up even more, like later today for me, because it's already Friday for me. So I'm sitting here, and I know that later on I'm going to a local park where there's a nature reserve. So what I'm going to do as a special video for you, I want to film all the wildlife, including the geese, the ducks, everything like that. And I'm going to walk through the nature reserve and show you all the birds and the ducks. And so I'll do that later when I go to the park to film the animals in the trail. So I'll do that, and I'll name it especially for you in my video as well. I'll put you in the video title.
Oh, girl, you don't have to do that. Native Kutsa saying, woods, water, solitude, the best thing for healing from the daily grind.
Solitude, don't I know it?
That's if a person were to be a little mouse in the corner of the room and watch me play video games, I get immersed, and I'll have conversations with characters that aren't real. I mean, I get into conversations with these characters on a video game. I'll start, no, you don't. No. And I'll realize it's not real interaction. I'm really interacting with myself, and I'm just letting my mind run free. But that's the way get when I'm outdoors. Even if I'm all alone outdoors, I don't get lonely outdoors
No.
because
Yeah.
things attract my attention constantly. And if I don't want to give my attention to anything, I can do that too. I can just relax. Yeah.
That's it. One thing that I used to feel better earlier when I felt a bit anxious is that I know that I like Elvis Presley music. So I was like, okay, Jeremy, you had a bit of a crap day. You felt a bit rubbish. What you're gonna do is change your attitude. So I went onto YouTube. I went into Elvis Presley music. I plugged in my headphones and I just jammed out to Elvis Presley music. And I was watching a documentary about him, one of the free ones that's on YouTube, and I'm like, hold on. I think my day's gone pants, yet this guy for decades had fought drug addiction, had fought heart attacks, he'd fought the worst of the worst, bad stuff, and yet I'm moaning about 3-4 hours, which sucked. And I'm like, hold on a minute, this guy lived a lifetime of struggle. What the hell am I moaning about? This guy went through hell.
That's
I'm moaning
it.
about 3 hours. It's like,
sometimes you have to take the time to think about how miserable some other people are to make you feel better. You know, that's the Gilsbergen saying that we are all mentally or emotionally broken or different in one way or another. The ones that do not admit it has the worst type of problem, and that's stupidity. And and I tell you what, that's our quote for the night, because that is so true that people don't want to admit that we make mistakes. We do things that disappoint ourselves, that disappoint other people. Mm-hmm. But how do you live with it? How do you deal with it? If you realize that you can do those things, and it's because you might have to be in an emotional state, or yet you have a mental malfunction that's causing something to happen. Yeah. If you realize that, you're a lot smarter than the guy that says, no, I don't have a problem. Mm-hmm. But you can see it all over him. He's got all kinds of issues, but oh no, he ain't got a problem. Never has a problem. Mm-hmm. No, you're stupid. You're just as human as the rest of us.
Yeah.
Well, they say ignorance is bliss, but the catch is that you can't ever find out about it.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. You find out that you're ignorant, and bliss goes away.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got diagnosed with autism, I was very ignorant. I remember saying to my late grandmother, who isn't here anymore, she's well herself old, but me and my auntie had met up when I got diagnosed. And I remember saying to my grandma, I went, so I'm one of these people now who supposedly is like violent and has outbursts, and I'm one of these people who are going to scare people. And my grandma's like, where have you got that crap from? I was like, because all I'd heard about autism was, oh, they scream, they shout, they're abusive, they bang their heads against the wall, and they play up on purpose. I'm like, oh no, that's not me. I don't do that. And I was so ignorant. I was convinced that because I'd heard this one thing about all autistic people, I was like, that's not me. And my aunt said, hold on, Jem, before you open your mouth and say something stupid, think about it. I'm like, I then had to realize and go, not all autistic people are the same. Like, that's one judgment that was made against people that I'd heard.
And that's they're all individuals. They're all individual people. We're all different from each other, all of us. And that's, I think, if I'm correct, the road you're taking there really stresses the point that being self-aware, being aware of things that we do and say,
Yeah.
being self-aware and accepting that, yeah, sometimes I can be pretty stupid. I can do some pretty stupid stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can
It's like
say
you've seen me say some stupid
stupid
stuff.
things. It's instead of saying, no, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. They probably told me I was like that because they realize I don't even know that I'm like that. And so being self-aware of, how am I, what, how am I as a person? What do I say? What do I do? Think about it. What if I was on the receiving end of me,
Yeah.
that, yeah, that helps an awful lot. Yeah, I just got a message that my eldest daughter, Running Water's sister, she lives downstate. What is it, Running Water? About 3.5 hours away from here.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, she's down there by Ellsworth. But she comes up to help her mother. Her mother's got terminal cancer, and she comes up whenever her mother has appointments with the cancer center and stuff, and stays with her for a few days when she's going through her chemotherapy and stuff. And so she was up here, and she come over, and you guys don't get to see. I'm not going to show it. I've showed off my arms, but I'm not going to show the rest of me. You don't need to see that. But she wasn't here 5 minutes, and yeah, she was pretty livid. She said, if you weren't my father, I wouldn't recognize you. She said, where have you gone? She says, you're gone. Your body's gone. I said, yeah. Right now I've got a size 28 waist. And I haven't had a 28 waist since I was probably about 8 years old. When I was 10, I weighed 150 pounds. I was 5'8". I was a chunky boy. And so today I'm lighter than I have been in my whole life from the age 10 up. And she saw me for the first time. She's heard about my condition, but she actually got to physically see me. And I took my shirt off just to show her how much I've lost. And now I'm not taking my shirt off even for a damn doctor anymore, because I've heard it 3 times in the last week. And these are people that highly respect the Jewish community. But 3 different individuals said, my God, you look like a Holocaust victim. Yeah.
Ouch.
My hip bones stick way out. My waist comes down and hits my hip bones because they stick out. If I measure myself across the hips, it's much wider than my waist because my hips are protruding. I don't have a butt at all. It's gone. My thighs, I can take my thumbs, touch my thumbs, and I could take my middle fingers and run it from my knee all the way up to my crotch, back and forth like that.
Oh.
It's never snug. That's all the bigger my thighs are. My calves, I do that around my calves. It's about an inch gap around the calf of my leg. I'm literally just a skin bag of bones. And I had the nurses in the hospital yesterday. Oh, I got to go get a couple of the other girls. They got to see your neat tattoos. And I had to have them help stretch my skin so they could get a good look at them. Because it's nothing but loose skin. So you can't tell the tattoo until you stretch it out. tell what it is. So even my tattoos aren't running water. He'd laugh if he looked at the portraits of my grandkids. His daughter, I've got a portrait of her on my chest. And yeah, she's kind of frowning. She's smiling in the original tattoo. She's kind of frowning now. Me Devil says my thigh is 31 inches. That's 3 inches bigger around than my waist. I see. May 1st of last year, I had to go just the button a size 38 jeans. I could wear 40s very comfortably, but I didn't want to spend the money on 40s. I thought, I'll get enough of a workout working camp all summer. I'll fit these 38s by the end of the season. By the time I came home in October, I was wearing 34s. And now I can wear 28s. I bought 2 pairs of sweatpants. I bought a pair while running water was home. I bought the smallest pair you could get out of the men's department. They're baggy on me. They're size 28s, and they're baggy, loose, baggy. And and it is what it is, that's why my doctor's so livid about them being so slow on getting this process done, because she said 1 to 2 months. She said, if we don't put a feeding tube in you and force feed you, she said, you'll be gone within 2 months. No doubt. The doctor at the hospital, he said 1 month. He said, without a feeding tube, you'll last a month. Because I don't have any weight left to lose. I'm fairly big boned. So what mass I have now is just bone. It's my bones. Because I don't have any muscle tissue left at all.
I choose to believe and have faith that the medical profession who are looking after you will be able to fix it, and they'll be able to help you. And
I look at it pretty much the same way that the doctor said, I'm sorry, we don't have better answers for you. When he sent me home last night, he says, I'm sorry, we don't have better. I said, did you do your best? He goes, I believe I did. I said, then good, you did your job.
Yeah.
That they're not God. Yeah, they're not going to perform a miracle. They're going to do whatever they can. And as long as they're trying their best,
yeah.
I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm good with it because
yeah.
I don't hold them accountable unless they're doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Me Devil saying I'm a little large. I'm not proud of it, but that's life. I'd rather be a little large. I tell you what, I was at one time, I was wearing size 42 pants, and they were kind of snug. And I was pushing the 300-pound mark, and it didn't bother me.
There's a lot more work you've got to do yet.
The thing is that I asked the doc, I said, if I can start eating again, get the nutrition, how long is it going to take for me to gain that weight back? He said, you got 6 months to get to a stable weight again. He said, it'll take you that long. He says, don't plan on putting that on as fast as it came off. He said, it'll be so difficult to put it on that fast. Because in the last 3 months, I lost 28 pounds.
Wow,
and
ouch.
He said, to put 28 pounds on in the condition you're in, he said, it'll take probably about 4 to 5 months to do that.
He said, "At 6 months, we should have you around 175 to 180 pounds." And I said, "Okay, I get it." He said, "Because you're going to be eating, but you're going to start feeling that you have energy again. So you'll be burning some of it off, you know."
I need to send you in running water some British snacks over, so you can stuff your faces on British candies and stuff. I need to get your address in their Facebook or whatnot, and then I can send you over a British package of candies and stuff.
Wait until I can eat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once you're able to get to a stable weight and stuff, and you'll let me know, and then I can send you over a British box of candies and stuff.
Yeah, the Killsburg. I don't know if I'll end up with a feeding tube or not. Right now, they're not. They're hoping they don't have to go that route.
Push comes to shove, I do have a garden hose and that cement mixer in the shed.
Yeah, we can always do a reverse procedure with an enema bag. You know, we'll put some soup in an enema bag and shove that hose down your throat.
Oh, it's like when they feed those, what was it, the foie gras geese? Shove that tube down their throats. And...
Oh, well, you know, I told them, I said, the only way I would accept a feeding tube is the one through the abdomen, because I could feed myself through that tube.
Yeah.
If they're going to do it down the throat, that means somebody's got to come in every day and they put that damn tube down your throat and they feed you through that tube.
Oh, readable custard creams. I haven't had them in a long
I
time.
got some. I got some flan today. You know what flan is?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, caramel flan.
My grandmother used to make it.
Oh, I love flan. It's just an egg custard, but it's richer and sweeter, and I got 6 small containers today of it, and they're 80 calories a piece. So I'm thinking that it's soft enough I might be able to get it down.
That sounds nice.
I'm going to try one this evening.
My grandmother used to make that. She used to make her own homemade version when the grandkids were younger. We used to go in her kitchen, and she'd always be really secretive about it. She's like, "Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. You need to come out of the kitchen." And then we'd sort of smell this smell. We're like, "We know what you're cooking." She says, "No, you don't." I'm like, and then she'd bring it out of the oven in this big bowl. I'm like, "It's the same smell. It's the same color. We know what it is." She's like, "No, you don't." And then as soon as we go bite into it, and she'd dish it up in a plate, and we're like, "How do you do that?" Each time she used to dish it up, it would taste a different flavor. I'm like, "How do you do that?" I never found out how she did it because she passed away before I got to ask her. But
that's that one. I think I did it on Sty Times, titled "Grandma's Cookies." The cookies and the snacks and things that your grandma made, and then she passed away, and you find out nobody has her recipe. Oh Lord, isn't that terrible?
Oh, it annoys
my
me.
one grandmother would make this. It was a vanilla pudding pie with home whipped cream on top, with shavings of dark chocolate on it.
Oh,
it was just to die for. And the pudding was all homemade. It didn't come out of a box or nothing,
Yeah.
And when she passed away, I asked my mother, I said, "I sure hope you can make those pies now that grandma's not here to do it." She goes, "Nobody can make them." She never shared the recipe with anybody. She said, "We don't even have a clue how to make the pudding the way she did." She said, "I've experimented and tried, but don't even come close."
it's gone. It's gone.
The only recipe I have for my grandmother is what she called rainbow upside down cake. And what she did was she made it like a basic sponge, but she divided it into like what she called 3 layers. So the first layer would be like a jam layer, and then the second layer would be like either chocolate or something, and then the third layer would be a completely mystery flavor. You didn't know what you were getting till you bit into it, and then when you turned it upside down, to instead of it being this way up as normal, she would flip it over so it'd be backwards, so you'd cut into it from the bottom rather than the top, and you're like, what is that? And then you'd bite into the next layer and you're like, what is that? And to this day it's the only recipe I've still got. I'm like,
wow. Hey, Beantown Breakdown, it's good to see you.
Hi, Beantown.
Oh, my prayers are going out to you. Was diagnosed with leukemia, been going through treatments. I hope
my thoughts are with you, Beantown. That's sad. I'm sorry.
I hope all goes well for you. All goes well. Killsbergen. The abdominal tube for feeding is easy to use. One thing that you do have to watch. See, my mother worked for a nursing home for 50 years. That's no shit. 50 years for the same nursing home. Wow. And I watched them feeding people through the abdominal tube. It'll go well as long as the person doesn't cough while they're feeding them or laugh. Because it'll spit right out that damn tube because you're contracting your abdomen when you laugh or if you cough. And that food will squirt right back out that damn tube. And I watched those nurses' aides feeding people get covered with that. And what they do now is basically everything they're feeding you through that tube is all pureed, real liquid form. And then it's mixed with Ensure to make it even more liquid. And so to have that squirting back out, it's just not pleasant, And they do have their drawbacks. You got to be careful around the entrance site. And you got to make sure you don't get infections. And blah, blah. But I told them, I said, they asked me because they know I'm so ornery if I would refuse to have any of those types of procedures done. And they said, what if we have to go in surgically to do a repair or something on your esophagus? If they find out it's cancerous, they might have to go in and remove a portion of my esophagus. I said, if it's going to let me eat, do whatever you want. I don't give a damn. Do whatever you want as long as I get to eat at the end of the day. And I said, I just want to be able to eat again before I am dead and gone. And
we're not ready to lose Sty yet. I'm not ready to.
Yeah, well, I was telling my youngest son yesterday. He ran into me just before I headed to the hospital, and he was all upset. But I told him, you do understand, and he cut me right off. He goes, I know if you're going to die, you're going to die. You're not worried about it. I said, well, that's the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, if it's my time, it's my time. I'm not worried about that. It's other people, the impact it might have on other people. That's what I worry about is I don't think anybody's ever truly prepared, to say, oh, I got everything in order, and so,
yeah, you're always concerned about what am I going to leave behind for other people to have to deal with, and I tried to explain to him, it's because of other people that I really want to go on. I don't have to go on, but I really do want to because other people want me to be here. It's like, yeah, well, we don't want to say goodbye yet. I just see it as when I pass, that's just another adventure. That's someplace I haven't been before. Closest I was to that was when I had my open heart surgery. But yeah, I just don't like what it. And then for my family, I understand for a few of them it's pretty difficult because their mother's passing away. She's got terminal cancer. She's probably only got 3 to 5 months left. She's at that point now. She's gone through her chemo. Pretty much, they actually stopped her chemo Tuesday because it's having such bad effects on her. But she's lost all of her hair, so she's upset because she's got to wear a scarf. And the kids, so the kids are helping her all they can.
Yeah.
And they know she's going to be gone shortly, within a matter of a few months. Well, then I get my good news. And my youngest boy's going, not 2 of you at once. He said, you 2 haven't traveled anywhere with each other in 6 years. Don't take this trip together. I said, that's a good way to put it. You're right. Yeah, I don't want to get on the same bus with her. Yeah.
I can sympathize with you with regards to the cancer issue because obviously, so I lost my aunt to cancer. She's been gone. She was gone 6 years. September just gone, and nothing that can prepare for the way that it affects the family as well as the individual. I was there for the last 4 months of her passing away, and it's so hard because you don't know what to say to the family and to the individual living with it. But seeing it firsthand, being there with her, seeing the chemo, seeing her lack of eating, seeing the hair fall out, I got to see all that, but it was horrendous. And I'd sit there and think every day, I'm like, yeah, I'm moaning about these stupid little bits of crap that I go through. And then I've had my auntie who's laughing and joking, life's all good and funny. And, I knew she was passing. And I'm like,
that's it.
She was sitting there, she's like, Gemma, it is what it is. It's time. It's time. I have to just deal now. It's out of my control. And she'd sit there and make jokes and sit there and make herself a cup of teas and stuff when we were at the hospital. And she was like, life's life, Gemma. I'm 62. I've lived a good life. If it's time to go, it's time to go. And she didn't care. She was pretty much ready. She's like, I've had enough now. I want to go. Yeah. And within 3 weeks of her saying that, it was boom.
See, and that's the point I'm at in my life is if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, I'm willing and able to let it happen. I'm not going to fight it, but I don't want to go. That doesn't mean I want to go.
No,
it just means I'm ready. If I have to go, then I have to go. Because if I can't stop it, what good does it do for me to be all perturbed and upset over it? I've had a long, interesting life, And the thing is all my doctors know that if they diagnose me with terminal cancer, like they did with my ex-wife, I'm not going through the treatments. I'm not doing chemo because if it's terminal, the only thing those treatments do is they give you a little extra life, but that extra life is miserable.
I watched my brother die of cancer. I watched my sister die of cancer. I watched my grandfather die of cancer. Now I'm watching my ex-wife die of cancer.
My stepdad's currently in remission from cancer. He's had bladder cancer twice in the last 6 years.
Ouch.
It's been horrendous. I'm seeing him go through it again right now. He's going through all the sweating, the nausea, the headaches. We think he's back. We think he's got another tumor somewhere, but it's scary. He's only 53 this year, and I'm just like, I don't want to see him deal with this again. It's horrendous seeing the chemo and the sickness, and it's horrible.
Yeah, and my doctors, we worked up a plan. If that diagnosis ever comes across the table, that it'll be pain management, comfort management, so that I've got as good a quality of life as possible until the cancer takes me.
Yeah.
And those treatments at that stage, when they've already tagged it as terminal, there's no remissions, there's no curing, it's terminal. Why treat it then? Why not just make me comfortable in my last few days? I'd rather sit here on YouTube taking pain pills or some morphine and having a blast instead of being sick and miserable and losing my beard because they're giving me radiation therapy. No, I want to be me right up until the last moment,
Yeah, of course. I can imagine you anywhere any different. I think that's the way that everyone would want you to be, because it's individual choice by the end of the day. Not everyone's going to want that option.
Right. Yeah, me devil, that's tough when you have someone else that you need to be strong for, It's tough. It's tough. Well, guys, I'm going to be wrapping her up. We've been going for 2 hours. I can't believe it. I do have to try to eat something.
I
do have to try to get some sleep tonight because I'm on call for that test. So they know that if they call me, they got to give me an hour front end to be there. So they said if they get any slot open, they're going to call me for that scan. So I figure I better get some sleep tonight or try to.
No worries. Thank you for having me up. It's always good. It's always
thanks for being here. It's a great.
It's a pleasure to see you.
Oh yes, it always is fun to hang out, Gemma. The Running Water, you stay safe out there on the road. Stay in touch, bud. And love you too, Native Kutsa. You're a sweetheart. And the things you've gone through, that she's gone through in the last year. Oh, that poor girl. Yeah, she's had, life's been having its way with her too. And for her to show me any sympathy, she needs to put it on herself. She needs to sympathize with herself.
Sympathy is not hard to give others, though. It works both ways. It's a two-way thing. Like, you give sympathy to someone, you receive it back. It's the way that human nature works. Like, we care about each other. That's the whole community. I care about everybody who I'm friends with on YouTube. It's the way it works.
Hey, Kilsbergen, I am so happy you were here tonight. You added so much to the conversation. It was great. Thank you. John R. Timmers. Granny's doing all right. She's doing, life is tough, but she's doing okay. Yeah. I'm very happy for Get Her Done Granny.
She was in E-Waste Mike's chat the other day. She was chatting in the chat.
Yeah.
I see her popping up on Facebook, making comments here and there. So she's alive and kicking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And she's
she's
been real
around.
busy. She's been real busy at their home, and she's cleaning up, spring cleaning kind of thing. And so she's doing okay. She's doing it. And I'm glad. I'm glad she's had enough. Life had its way with her too, burning her damn house down. I mean, yeah. That, everybody's got turmoil and tragedy in their lives one way or another. And it's how are we going to deal with it? Hey, we lean on each other.
Yes, we do.
That'll get us through. That'll get us through.
Absolutely, always, yeah.
So I feel bad I didn't run my little 1-minute video of my channel members, but that's how I'm going to close tonight, is I'm going to run that video of all my channel members. Jason became a new member tonight, so he's not on that list, but he will be on Sunday. So, hey, Sty loves all of you. I want to thank everybody for being here. You put a smile on my face. You made me feel much better than I did the rest of the day. So I'm closing out the day. Like Gemma said, yeah, those 4 hours, they really sucked, but they're done. They're over. Things are better now. And that's the way I feel right now. Is anything the way I felt earlier today, that's behind me. And I feel much better after hanging out with you guys for an evening. So, hey, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Sty Story Sunday. I'll have another story for you. Tell as many as I can while I can. So we'll see you all there, I hope. And in the meantime, all of you take very good care of yourselves. Very good care of yourselves. I'm not going to give you any advice. You know what's best for you. Do it. And just take good care. And Sty, I'll see you soon. Love y'all. Gemma, sweetie, I'll see you soon. And,
Bye.
Running Water,
Bye,
love you.
Water.
Love you, buddy. And we'll talk to you real soon. I'll keep you posted. And here we go. We're going to take a look at my channel members, and I'm out of here. Love you guys. Bye-bye.